All right, let's put up the live chat so I can see everyone who arrives. Did I get over here too fast? Y'all still over here on the other one? Oh. Oh, hey, Mary, there you are. Sup? Theological. Sup? Y'all follow me around. I love it so much. This is so much fun. Oh my gosh. All right. So what did you think? You watched me edit the second half of it. Like, you can tell. I could tell where, like, I got interrupted. You know what I'm saying? By, like, it is. It's nice out there. It's out there too, huh? Cool. I mean, it is 3:30. It's gonna be, if it's not gonna be nice now, if it's gonna be nice today, there's a good chance it'll be now, right? That's what I'm trying to say. What up, Susie? Hey. So you guys got to watch me edit the second half. You can see where I got interrupted because that cough that got left in. Oh yeah, that would have been where I started the live stream and like was on time for me. On the time for me. You should get out of bed. Yeah. I'm not trying to tell anybody to do anything. I'm just hanging out. I was up half the night doing what y'all just watched. What'd you think? Come on, tell me. Yeah, I don't know. The inspirational muses struck yesterday because I saw that video. I was like, catnip, right? Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. Agree with everything. And 2.5 million. Yeah, somebody needs to, like, I'm gonna go back and tag her with, and do all the things to it on the back end here in a little while. It's annoying how often she says something. Right. Annoying is the word for it. Concerning, right? Because they lure you in by making sense, essentially, lead you down the primrose path of logic, straight to hell. Because logic is not the only thing you need. There, I said it. Ooh. You do need to also employ your intuition and pay attention to stuff for yourself. Duh. I'm not making. I didn't invent this. Reminds me of those two guys who were arguing. Like they were, one of them was gonna convince the other they were wrong, and neither of them was. Where does that go? Nowhere. It starts with men and women are different. It ends with motherhood isn't a choice. Like, yeah, like, exactly. And you're like, I see the logic how you got there, but no. No. The whole segment was based on linguistic racism and English superiority. Yeah, that too. She was belligerently ignoring the fact that most of those people were clearly not native English speakers. So you're going to sit there and make pedantic arguments based on what they said? That's not fair. Nope. That is underhanded. 2.5, almost 2.5 million viewers, followers. Yeah. It's cheap. This is commentary. Like I say, at one point she's just like making guesses about some lady's sexuality based on the stuff that she says at this rally. Where again, in Amsterdam at a Women's Day festival, essentially, there's a pretty good chance a lot of these people are not what you would call sober. Right? Come on. And not native English speakers, so that's like 2 layers of advantage. Not to mention she's got an editor, and a team. Like her team pulled this video. She didn't fucking find this organically in any way to comment upon it. Okay, no. Just making fun of the accent straight up. Yeah. Amsterdam is famous for its legal drug. Right. So they're there to celebrate feminism no matter what. And that's what I heard a lot of those women saying. They were saying it in some weird ways. I might have an explanation for that other than them being stupid. Which is what she was just essentially, oh, feminists are stupid. They don't even know what they're saying. Like, she literally. Is that what you're talking about, where she's making fun of their accent? The Daily Wire talking heads are so astroturfed. Right. 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 I loved how she was like, yeah, we were at this one anti-abortion rally. Or whatever. I don't know. We were at this one rally, and, like, they didn't know who we were. They were like, who are you? Who are you? I'm like, oh, sure. Miss, I have the Daily Wire as my fucking watermark on my video right now. Miss, I have, like, literally one of those flashed up digital, like, neon intros. Like, 2 cameras, at least, I counted. Okay, like, so she'll, kind of pop back and forth between 2 cameras. And I'm like, what is this? What are y'all playing at? I don't understand. Is this supposed to be a YouTube show? Is this supposed to be a television show? Somebody seems to have, like, not quite understood the difference of expectation there. I'm not very much mistaken, but, like, nobody expects YouTubers to have a full camera setup. Like, you would have traditionally, maybe you don't. Traditionally, on a television set, you would have 3. Right, it's like a news show. Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. Oh, astroturfed means, like, astroturf is fake grass. So it's like grassroots, but fake. That's what that means. You're welcome. Speaking of grass, yeah. It is a beautiful day. So, they're made to look like they're independent and scrappy and like the underdog and like just bringing you the raw, like, salt of the earth takes, right? Meanwhile, they are corporate as all shit. That's what AstroTurf is. I'm sorry, I thought that was a common term. I might almost be out of cigarettes. That's good. Anywho, not only is that girl clearly AstroTurf, it makes no bones about it. The Daily Wire is, a media empire or whatever, right? And she has 2 modes, right? She has her regular comment section show, at least 2 modes that I saw, and then she has the one that we responded to, which was off the clock. Which, like, I guess both have sort of an implication of, like, off in the corner, like, real talk time, right? Which is fun. What marketing team came up with that? Gee, I don't know. Controlled opposition would sort of mean that too, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. And it's just sort of freaky how, like, on the right, there really is no independent media. I can't find it, really. I mean, or what there is, is independent because they're crazy. You know, like we were talking earlier about how astrology is space racism, but like for your sort of more retro, living off the land in the cabin in the woods sort of person, they don't do astrology so much as other stuff. I don't know what they do. I haven't gotten that close. They sort of scare me. And PragerU. It's impressive how much the Daily Wire flows. Right. Exactly. They get swallowed up. It's like they have to be on brand or they get shunned and buried. And sometimes it's one and then the other, which is curious. Crowder is only independent because he's too toxic to work. Right. That's what I'm saying. They're independent because they're crazy. Yeah. That's the only reason that conservative media personalities are independent. It's because they're too crazy to. They do not work well with others. Yeah. And they tend to make fun of lefties because lefties don't walk in lockstep, which is sort of the whole point, right? Like being a live and let live sort of philosophy is that no, they don't walk in lockstep. You're right. Good job. Your point being, it's a classic case of judging something by your standards and not understanding that they do not share those. Speaking of, Blair White went on Alex Jones. Ooh. Oh, that interview was probably 2 hours long. Oh my gosh. And now she's talking about demons and stuff. Wait, what? Wait. I missed a step there. At least one. How do we get... We're finally going to get a trans version of Alex Jones, and I'm living for it. Ooh, you monitor that. You're in charge of monitoring that one, okay? But please, wait. Fill in this gap. I don't understand. How do you get from having a conversation with Alex Jones to getting a preoccupation with demons? You're implying that Blair White essentially caught demons from Alex Jones? I don't get it. Please, I'm missing a step here, right? I'd live to see Alex Jones become Alexandra. Oh, no. No. That man's already putting himself in an early grave with all them supplements. He's actually taking all that stuff. The amount of heavy metals in that shit, it's probably manufactured in Asia somewhere. Oh. No. Alex Jones talks about demons all the time. Does he now? It's been a while since I paid much attention to him. I have to admit that. Oh, they're back. A chaser. He's a trans chaser. Oh, fun.
Hey, baby.
Hi.
Hey. I went to Panda Express with an open heart and an open mind.
Uh-huh.
Never again.
Aw.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Also, look. I got this from that one cracker.
You are always entertaining and delightful. You already knew that.
Yeah, I know.
I got the gift shop.
I know it's that
Nice.
Yep.
type of future cookie.
A fortune cookie.
Yeah, fortune cookie.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, but I'm already.
Well, you know what? Your fortune is accurate. A fortune isn't necessarily the future. Especially not when we're talking cookies. Mwah. I love you guys. How you doing?
Oh, 20 minutes after I start feeling like shit, so I'm just going to stop and get some fresh air.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, if I'm on that side of town, I'm just going to go to Asian Express. That's where I got your noodles from. God, I love them.
Thank you. I do find it very interesting how none of the conservative folks collaborate with Blair White despite how right-wing he is. Yes.
Are you still streaming?
Yeah, again, we had the premiere and then we're doing the discussion after.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Everybody's been hopping around with me.
That's
Keeping me
awesome.
company while I finished making it, and then we watched it together. It's good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll take over from you in a little while.
Oh, your friends. Oh, how am I supposed to steal your coffee if you take it with you? Oh my god.
Have the boy make more. What do you think we had him for? I went to all that trouble.
No one can look at the stove.
Oh, Mary. She said hi.
Hi, Mary. Which one's Mary?
Yeah. So, why doesn't anybody work with Blair White? Yeah, well, I mean, if he caught demons from Alex Jones, well, I guess we know the answer to that question. We were just talking about that a minute ago. Conservatives are independent because they're too crazy to work with anybody else. That's why that tends to happen. So, I mean, that's just an interest. I'm not sure what to make of that. Like, please elaborate on this. Like, what do you mean? I didn't realize that Alex Jones was preoccupied with demons. I didn't know that. That's bizarre.
Demons turning the frogs gay.
Bye-bye, Mary. See you soon.
Bye, Mary. All right, hold on one second.
Oh, you got to hit up in... Okay, baby. I love you. Up at the top here in the window, it'll say top chat. You have to choose live chat. Otherwise, it just randomly edits them out. Because reasons.
Yeah, I thought somebody had blocked me. And
I don't know. It's a bitch.
Yeah, legit. I thought somebody had blocked me because I couldn't see what they were saying. I went to live chat and it made all the difference.
Then you see everything. Like, that should be the default. Jones is full of QAnon. So wait. Live chat and all messages. Right. Exactly. So wait a minute. Is QAnon preoccupied with demons? Because again, I do not follow this shit, Not only am I busy, I could give a fuck about what exactly it is QAnon believes, right?
I thought you were good with your wife.
Oh no, I had that's a pretty bracelet. I had my video premiere and then they watched me finish it and then we all watched it together and now we're talking about it. And then I'm gonna get off here in a little bit. You guys were only gone for like 2 hours. If that. Go back in the house.
No.
Yeah.
No.
One.
I'm gonna eat this bracelet inside.
That's not a good idea anywhere. It should be the default. That's such a weird system. How does it even decide what the top chest is? Right? Not like we like them or something. Oh my god, I gotta tell you, they think that trans want to use the women's bathroom to worship the devil. That's not what we do in there. That's weird. What the hell do they think goes on in the ladies' room anyway? Good lord. Thanks, Mary. You give me a whole new thing to look up. I can't wait to hear back on that. Mwah. That's what I heard a woman say about it. No, it's what trans women do in there. Trans women do in there. Oh, yeah. Right, yeah. Well, you would know. You go to their meetings, right? Did they openly admit it at the meetings? Are they the ones doing all the baby sacrifices? Where do they get them? I was delivering for like DoorDash and wearing my woman, adult, human, female shirt, and that's what she told me. Wow. I've heard some crazy stuff. You know, what would, like, what, it doesn't occur to them they're just perverts? I mean, it's so simple. She told me about the Democrat baby sacrifices. I'm just going to say this one more time. I have known, I'll venture to say, many Satanists, like not like as a thing, but when you've known a bunch of Wiccans, you end up knowing a bunch of Satanists too. Like they tend to travel in the same circles. It's bad enough what they do in there. They don't need to bring devil worship into it. Yeah, but so I don't think anybody actually worships the devil because what?
Can I turn on the TV?
As far as I'm concerned,
Do I have to ask Dad?
yeah,
Oh.
he's the one in the house right now, good. You know that. Mwah. Anywho, yeah, I'd have run in your position. Oh. No. See, the thing about Satanists is they don't actually worship Satan. That's what I'm saying. Okay, it's like press that in hula hoop for real now. Okay. Mwah. Yeah, I don't think anyone actually does any of that stuff. No one actually worships Satan because if you think you do, that makes you a Christian, right? The devil doesn't really Satan. The devil, as such, doesn't really exist outside of the Christian paradigm. Right? They're hedonists.
I'm
What?
not here.
You're not here. You're not here. Well, I am. You're interrupting me. Ah. Yeah. Atheists. Right. So I've read the Satanic Bible. That shit was kind of funny. He says in there that human beings psychologically need pageantry for like some kind of like essentially deep release of the id. And he provides such in the book in the form of John Dee's Enochian angelic keys, which is a whole lot of esoteric nonsense that came to his buddy in a vision. Well, a bunch of visions. In other words, they made it up in like the 17th century. It sure looks fun, though.
Still not here.
Okay. Mwah, I still love you. But, John Dee's angelic alphabet is, I guess, just as legitimate as any of it. Like I say, apparently astrology was invented by Thoth, the ancient Egyptian god of knowledge. The fuck is that? And that, I believe, is what LeVay was referring to. It's all a joke. Really. All those esoteric secrets. People really do just be having visions and founding religions like, yes! Find me one that's not that. I will not wait, because we will all pass away and turn to dust long before you can manage to do something like that. That's not that they all are. Some person, usually a dude, had a vision. That was it. Oh, wait, no. If you run in any kind of esoteric or like mystical, like any of that shit circles, like shamanistic, any of that, you heard of nomina barbara? The nonsense syllables that they like, okay. And some people have made this connection, okay. Like Muhammad is well known to have probably been an epileptic. right? So, yeah, where do you think his visions came from? And what do you think those nonsense syllables are? Like they're just the utterances of, someone having a seizure. Okay? They don't mean anything. And they are not gonna, writing them down and then reciting them back later is not going to help you ascend to any like wow, how many serious minded, men in search of deep secrets have been transcribing and reciting nonsense like from someone, muttered by someone who's having a seizure, for fuck's sake. It's temporal lobe seizures can totally feel like visions. And what the fuck do you think visions are? I mean, not to write them off, because what is anything that you experience but generated by your damn brain? So I don't mean necessarily write off visions. I actually kind of mean to imply the opposite of that. Where exactly do you draw the line of real? Now, there's a long-winded question, huh? Cheers. Why is the sky blue? I said that last week. The colors are like my favorite example because, when you see the color of something, it is actually every color but that thing. It's reflecting that one back at you. That's why you see it. Right? That's the one it's not. That's a mind fuck. Right? I've done psychedelics and had visions, but still remain a non-believer. Right. Okay. And, there has been, I don't know, those other religions are all bunk, but my mate Bill's been tripping balls lately and spitting some straight facts. And I have a good feeling about this one. Every member of a new religion, right? Yeah. Okay. And you know what? There was a time, and there are still some people who would assert that, like, again, I've known many of these people, that psychedelics are like a shortcut to some sort of enlightenment, because they can give you a sense that there is something there to be enlightened of. I think I've done one or two here or there. It's not like a thing. But again, Wiccans leads to Satanists and hippies and just, you might say I'm well traveled in these circles. I didn't always participate in everything, but I've dabbled here and there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to venture to say it's not the same thing. Okay, can I be mean for a second? Fuck yeah. Go for it. You love mushrooms. Yeah. Those people who say drugs lead to enlightenment. Mm-hmm. Why do they usually sound dumb? I don't know. That's a good question. A little bit of knowledge is a dangerous thing. Maybe, but start there. Huh? What do you think? They know just enough to know they know something. Maybe. Huh? On the other hand, I would venture to say, like, I'm thinking of someone specific now. I was talking about, it's never a university professor saying this. It's Joe. Right. No, but that's not true. Timothy Leary was a professor, I think, at Berkeley. It started in those circles. It was, synthesized in a chemical lab. Okay, so no, it did. It started in academic circles and government circles, and they were the ones who went around just sort of throwing the stuff around like confetti in the 1950s. So the fact that it has sunk, okay, and been discredited to the point where it is, the king of essentially the crown prince, I suppose you would say that our friend Alex Jones is the king of conspiracy theorists, right? Shut that door! But so the crown prince, Joe Rogan of conspiracy theorists, is the one talking about psychedelics now? Really? Meanwhile, on the other hand, you have the mushrooms, which are apparently enjoying something of a renaissance where now psychiatry is like, they might help with depression. Yes. There are some people who've known this for a while. We're going to have to move. I'm going to be in the sun. That's all right. We'll move it down. But so I don't think that it's the same. Like, it's not the same thing though. As like good for depression, yeah. A source, a shortcut to spiritual enlightenment. No, I don't think that's an oxymoron. It's like driving across the ocean. You can't do that. You have to take the boat. Like you just can't do that. It's not going to work, no matter how you phrase it or how you try. If enlightenment exists, I don't think there's a shortcut there. That can't. That's absurd, right? Anyway, I would think this on its face. But again, I'm old. Like they had this hippie revival thing going on in like the late 90s. Anybody else remember that? So I've done a lot of reading on this for like a while. I've had a while to like kind of let this stuff mull in my mind and observe how it actually dovetails with reality or doesn't. Through the years, I'm sorry. I was 40 on Wednesday, so I'm teasing myself is what I'm doing. Acting like Methuselah over here. I'm gonna pick up my shit. Gonna go around the corner and sit in the shade. For a little while. And then I have to let y'all go because I do have other stuff I was gonna do today. Oh dear. It's a mess over here too. Today. It's a mess over here too. Isn't that grand? Oh. Now we'll go back for the food. Look at this big tree. Gorgeous. It's great shade till all the leaves fall off. Oh, and we curved a jack-o'-lantern. That's pretty funny. There we go. Oh, and I hate to brag, but look at this. How do you see that, huh? Love it. It's a mess out here. It's been cold and rainy. Now we need to deal with this for days. But it's been cold and rainy. So, man. I did get some pokers. So that's gonna be fun. Are we still live chatting? I think no one has really said anything for a while. Oh. Anyways. Flatmate came home and such and wants to chill, so I got to bounce, but it was great hanging. Mwah. Yep. Like I say, I should go soon too. I just don't really want to because I just sat down again. So, catch you next week. Yep. Next week's going to be fun. Next week I've been preparing for a while. Oh my goodness. I've done the witchcraft thing for a couple of years in a row, I think. How it was stolen by Gerald Gardner and repackaged as Wicca, And it's like, you can go watch the video. I don't want to talk about it again. So incredibly aggravating. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be spooky because, all of Western esotericism. So, witchcraft was stolen by women, or stolen from women, by these men who, thought. Oh, and it's so funny because it's all based on this Italian thing that is supposed to be the beliefs of this group of Italian witches that was essentially leaked to this dude in like the 1890s. And they worship this moon goddess and whatever. And I cannot find anyone who does not debate this woman's very existence. Okay, like they don't even know if she existed at all. She was supposedly his contact in the witching world, basically, and they can't actually find any proof that she existed at all. Yeah, this is only like 130 years ago. It's not like this is the distant past in a far distant land where like they didn't keep records of shit. It's 19th century Italy. So that's weird, right? And I should have him bring me a coffee. But like, did he make all that shit up too? If he did, I don't even have any reason to believe that it was inspired by anything other than his own goddamn imagination. Which is something you find over and over again, isn't it? Some dude who's gotten carried away by his own imagination and thought to himself, oh, I've been inspired by God. No, idiot. No. No. And I'm not sure how exactly you would demarcate. Like, what might actually be helpful in any way, and what might, what is just, maybe that's it. Yeah. It's like, the polio vaccine. The guy who invented that was legitimately trying to help and just kind of donated it to the world. He didn't try and get rich off of it. It's like that. Are you actually trying to help or not? It shows. Eventually, when it becomes obvious. Unfortunately, some of the most charismatic people are the most self-serving. You didn't know which thing. I'm babbling now. I was up half the night up working on that thing. I'm tired. The polio vaccine. Yeah. Isn't it Salk? I want to say his name is Emil Salk. For no reason? I don't know. I remember his name. But yeah. He deserves to be more famous than he is. Obviously, in medical circles, he's extremely famous. Yeah. Or Joseph. I don't know. Something Salk, I want to say. I could look that up. Instead of just sounding dumb. Better to open Google and better to stay quiet and be thought an idiot than not open Google and remove all doubt. Or something like that. I don't know. Jonas Salk. I was closer with Joseph. And first used in 1955. Yep. Six companies were licensed to produce it, and he did not profit from sharing the formulation or the production process. In a 1955 interview, when asked who owned the patent, he replied, "Well, there is no patent. Could you patent the sun?" Okay. Mwah. Gotta go. Email me, yes, do. Yeah. So, he was a man, right? So I hear. Yeah. Men must be human too, otherwise the whole project is a waste of time. Every once in a while, you find somebody who just, you're like, oh, yeah. I guess they call that having your faith in humanity restored, right? Oh. Guess I gotta go soon, too. Is anyone still here? Any of my regulars still here? Speak up. Speak up. Forever hold your peace. Mary's gone. Katie's gone. Philological, I think, roommate got home. Big plans. Are you still here? Who else? Yeah, it's a nice little chunk. Nice little chunk of people. Nice little group. It's so great. It's so much fun. Oh, I do though. Have lunch to eat and children to spend time with. Like, whatever that's all about. Oh, my ashtray is all sodden. It's sad. Now you can actually see the wall though. That nice? Yeah, after I researched the origins of numerology, modern tarot, and things like Celtic tree calendar, it was super disappointing. It just basically came, all of it. All of it. Yep. And all that stuff is based on all that esotericist stuff from the Corpus Hermeticum, which is written by Hermes Trismegistus, who is a Greek update of the ancient god Thoth. The guy with the bird head. I'm pretty sure he didn't write nothing, is what I'm saying. So yeah, that's next week's video. That's going to be fun on the bun. And, at the same time, I don't want to, discount the possibility of the experience itself, I guess. Like I say, like, where do you draw the line of experience versus dream versus shit that you just kind of pulled out of your ass? You know, like, there is a difference, and you can tell based on what it does. You know, because religions are founded on shit somebody made up. And the fact that it moved a bunch of people, which, why did it do that? You know, when that happens, then you are sort of left scratching your head going, well, wait a minute. If it's all just bullshit, why did so many people line up and go, yes? And like not all of them are just sheep. Like, well, a lot of them aren't, actually, especially in the early days of like the old religions, you know, because like you could burn as a heretic and shit like that. So a lot of those people were actually like intelligent revolutionary thinkers, come to find. Weird. Philosophers, you know, there have been periods of time where as a philosopher you could be, you know, cool with the society around you. And there are other times in history where as a philosopher, a person who tended to go around asking questions about shit, you got burnt at the fucking stake, you know. Your mileage may vary. But, you know, what the fuck is inspiration anyway? Isn't that something that everybody wishes for? That aha moment where you're just kind of tootling along and all of a sudden you have this amazing idea that just kind of comes together and everything is beautiful and it's like, oh, you know, and you're passionate about it and like, isn't that what we want? So are we just going to write this off? Like, I don't know. That's a different video, I guess. Stuff that keeps me up at night. Relating to the drugs, apparently somebody did drugs and realized that trees are alive organisms. Someone had to do drugs to figure that out? That's embarrassing. Excuse me. And maybe that is why we have more environmentalism nowadays, and I take that as a granted truth. Right, yeah, maybe. Maybe it's, I mean, they grow. I don't know, you know. It's neither here nor there. Like, you know, apparently in the Enlightenment, they thought that animals had no soul, you know, so they were just like meat machines, like literally. Like they had no minds in there. They were just imitating behavior. It's like, oh, sure. Okay. That's weird. All right. They needed drugs for that. Right. Yeah. That's a weird thought to me. I know. But then again, I've read things written by like intelligent people like Isaac Newton, you know, about how animals have no soul and therefore no mind and are just meat machines. And you're like, have you met a dog? Like, what? What is this? Go outside, touch grass. Jesus Christ. It's Sir Isaac Newton. I swear to God. Smart people, you know, who you just can't tell people. I don't know. But like I say, I don't think that the drugs are necessarily bad or do nothing. I think that psilocybin is good for depression. I've witnessed this and experienced it several times. And, you know, you don't need a high dose either. And the fact that they're studying that is good. Please do that. Please measure and quantify that. Make people safer when they do that. Yeah, that's all to the good. Then they're going to commodify it and, you know, make money off of it, which is not to the good, but that's later. We'll get to that, I guess. More generally, I want to say it's a tool like anything else. A weird one. A very specific one. That, like, if you use it wrong, you could break yourself with it, right? We've all heard those stories. It's clearly got some firepower in there, like, you know, mentally. Neurologically speaking, it works by softening the connections between the neurons. Back. Have to say, mushrooms helped my depression for a few months after taking them. I don't do them much, though. Right, you don't need to. That's one of the fun things about it. You can do it once and have that effect last months. Months. which is pretty fucking great, right? You have one nice afternoon and then feel better for months. Witnessed and experienced, okay? Not gonna say when or where, because legalities. But yeah. When they came up with this, the scientists are like, hey, wow, look at this. I was like, yup. There's whole swathes of the population that have known this for decades. Good job. They're called hippies. Ay. And, there's one theory that thinks magic mushrooms is responsible for, that essentially that glitch in the human brain that's responsible for inspiration and, therefore innovation. Necessity is the mother of invention. I don't know. Sometimes. But, there's also that uniquely human experience where you're just kind of going along and all of a sudden it's like lightning strikes your brain, right? And you just kind of all of a sudden see a couple of things fall together and you're like, oh, I could do that, right? What is that? Where does that come from? It takes a million different forms. I think some of them might be religious. But, I also think it's something that everybody has the capacity for, not necessarily religious inspiration, but artistic inspiration, fucking, or, design inspiration, just moment to moment of looking at something in front of you and going, ooh, yeah, just having it click together in this way that you didn't do on purpose. Well, it's your unconscious mind, which is what? Where is that? I love it when people fall back on essentially Freud, who they know nothing about. Fun stuff. The human mind is big enough to wander off and get lost in, right? It's almost 4:20. For those of us in the Eastern time zone. It's a nice day. I want to sit here and eat my noodles. We'll go till 4:30. Then I'm going to shut her down. It's been such a fun day, though. Really. Editing and then watching it with you guys. That was fun. I don't want to do this every week, though. I'm not going to do this. No. We're not going to do this all the time. That was mad. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. And I said this before, I think, once. But, it occurred to me that, if Muhammad was an epileptic, right? If epilepsy, a certain kind of epilepsy is, responsible for, visions and stuff, right? Those are the mystics, right? The clerics, the priests, and whatever. And they were, in ancient times, at the top of society, right? They told the kings what to do, right? Meanwhile, the poor dude out in, the poor, classic epileptic, the guy who has, the rolling on the ground fits and doesn't get the visions, they weren't even allowed to get married. So you have, the top of society and the bottom of society, which is two manifestations of the same fucking thing. So that's fun. Make of that what you will, I guess. I don't know. I was looking at Hermes, I think it was, which leads, straight to Arabic mysticism, which leads straight to Muhammad, right? And I ran into this idea that he's well known in non-Islamic academic circles as an epileptic. It's pretty much just accepted that that's what that was. And you're just like, oh, okay, wait a minute, what the fuck is epilepsy then? What? Epilepsy makes God talk to you? This is news to me, right? So, rabbit holes, right? Whoa. Wild stuff. That's for next week's video about how all of Western esotericism is complete bunk. It's based on stuff that has no source. Hermes Trismegistus is not a person. He is a Greek update of the god Thoth, the god of knowledge. We have all this secret ancient knowledge attributed to the god of knowledge. That's not a source, is it? So you're telling me, like, basically, all these secrets, all this religious stuff, all this mysticism comes back to one dude or another having a vision. St. Paul. Okay. How much of Christian thought is founded on that shit? Which is literally the story about a dude falling in the dirt, on the road, on his way to town, and having a fit and a vision. Yeah. That's like so much of Christian thought, Christian philosophy right there. So, yeah, I don't know. It's weird stuff. I don't know. It just makes me laugh, though, because you see people like Aleister Crowley, who clearly took this shit so incredibly epically seriously. I'm pretty sure he thought he was actually working with demons. I think that guy drank his own Kool-Aid. I do. And he was so dark and epic and mysterious, and you're just like, dude, no. Like, what? And it took me so long, actually, to figure out why the fuck it was that people like that just have this. Because, again, raised by Wiccans, okay? So I've been with this shit since I was a kid, and I just always had this sense that people like Crowley and, like, everyone who was into that, into him and, like, all that Satanist stuff. Like, Satanists are Christians, okay? They're really angry Christians. Because the devil does not exist outside the Christian paradigm. That's absurd. Why it was that people like this just had this stench of just having their head up their own ass. They read all this deep shit, all this ancient, mysterious shit. Shouldn't they know something? Whoops. It's funny when you look into stuff and there's actually nothing there. All of Western esotericism and like occultism turns out to just be like one dude piling on top of the ideas of another dude that they just like pulled out of nowhere, essentially. Man, am I right? Oh, man. And then the Enlightenment tried to kill it. And what was like left of folk magic, what women did because they'd been, locked out of everything. And then they stole it from them and killed that too. Boo. That's my hot take for the moment. I just put that together just now. So you saw it first. I guess that's why I'm saying, like, yeah, logic is not the only thing you need. You need to use your intuition too, because logically, if somebody has read a bunch of ancient secrets, they must know something. And, who the hell runs into these ideas as a 10-year-old? Maybe that was my advantage. I don't know. I was literally a kid, and I was just like, everyone is treating this person like they know stuff, veneration and whatever, but, like, you just get this sense. I don't know, that somebody's, like, full of shit as a kid. I don't know. Because you don't understand why, like, they're supposed to be important. I think. Like, you just don't comprehend it, so you just kind of get the sense that they don't believe any of the shit that they're saying. I don't know. And you assume that's because you don't understand what's going on. To actually find any kind of a real explanation for that just, like, bowled me over. And I was actually talking to my husband about it, and he says, well, there's your Halloween episode. I was like, fuck yes! This was like 3 weeks ago. So that was part of why getting into, like, research nuclear family has been like, nah. No, because, a lot of times pair bonding happens between straight people, and then a lot of times they have babies. I'm not sure why that is political or how you would even get around that. It's like trying to politicize food, which goodness knows we have. Doesn't make it a good idea. I'm just hungry. I'm going to get off here in a minute and eat my noodles. Yeah. It's good stuff. 5 minutes, y'all. 5-minute warning, and I'm out of coffee, and it's just tragic, really. Just tragic. Sad, sad world. Oh, no, it's a beautiful day. I love the cloudless sky until the sun starts to go down, and then I want some clouds. Like, oh my gosh, you guys. I saw 2 rainbows out here yesterday, like 2 separate times. Yesterday, there was a rainbow over here. And, that's the other thing. Makes it hard to do the videos sometimes. It's like I say, I had to do it inside yesterday because I'm not going to sit and, like, try and talk to a camera in, like, a stiff breeze. You know what I mean? Like, that's why we had 2 rainbows, because it was kind of stormy and, like, windy out here yesterday. But, like, it was nice to be in. It wasn't great for filming in. Consequently, I didn't really want to do the filming, I'm really looking forward to next week's video. Now, I could listen to you ramble more, but I got to go too. Okay. Ta. See you later. Have a good one. Have a good week. Could listen to me ramble. Boy. That's good, because I could ramble. I eventually start to talk in circles, like anybody, because your thoughts sort of repeat, like you have themes that you're sort of cooking all the time, which, like, in your head, you don't really realize necessarily that you're going in loops, but then you start talking out loud, and Freud discovered that, once you start thinking out loud, these loops make themselves apparent, don't they? Forest for the trees sort of thing. Step back a little bit and you start to see them. Yeah. I think his insight was that repeating yourself means something other than you're repeating yourself. Actually, he makes me really angry. So I'm going to leave him be for now. We're going to go in a couple of minutes anyway. I'm going to get some more coffee, maybe some water, eat my noodles. It's going to be good stuff. And I hope everybody else has a good Saturday night. Is having a good Saturday night, depending on where you are. Oh, yeah. So I got this pendant yesterday. It's labradorite, right? And I got a ring, too. It's just a cheap little, it's cat's eye. Yeah. And I had to get the one that was sunk down in the setting. Because they had, the pretty little, like, princess setting ones. Then I took a look at them. I'm like, that's gonna break in 5 fucking minutes. Like, so I had to get the chunky one, but I'll get to keep my stone. Figure that's worth it. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful day. I don't know. That's what I wanted to do for my birthday, was go and look at the mountains. That's what we did. And it was really nice. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful day like this last Wednesday. And then literally the next day it was cold and stormy and, rainy and so happy birthday to me. Oh my gosh, it's 4:29, so 60 seconds to call it. I'm gonna go, and I'll see y'all next week. Looking forward to that one. Looking forward to these news. So, yeah. Bye.